Yeah, this is a big part of this segment here. We're getting into QJ territory. There's two types of haters I have. One is my tight end haters, right? We're talking about Michael Mayer and Tucker Kraft. Another one is my QJ, Quentin Johnston. They don't like where I ranked him, and that's the thing. Like, I don't like necessarily arguing that he's gonna suck or anything like that. It's just like I would rather do something different. There's a lot of paths to success. I mean, in life, of course. I mean, talking about dynasty, but in life, and it's in everything, every aspect. But in dynasty, you can't draft every player. You have to not draft some players, and you don't have to draft a guy because, like you said, well, you made a great point. It's pretty basic. I didn't realize it. Wide receiver drafted first round, you must draft them first round. Like, it's like an automatic thing, and it's like I don't have to take Quentin Johnston, right? Just because I ranked him low, I mean, it doesn't mean like I wish the man like bad harm or anything crazy, or like it's cool if you want to take Quentin Johnston ninth overall. I think that's fine. I get it. Great quarterback, this and that. But there's a lot of reasons we don't like him. So hopefully you can bring up some reasons, some more specific reasons.
Yeah.
Me, I'm kind of just dodging the path and saying like, look, I think there's a lot of better strategies to do than to take a risk on this guy here.
Okay.
And I know some of the flaws. We're going to go into them in a lot of detail, but I want you to watch this clip because I need your opinion on this badly. Let me try to get some audio on this clip right here.
Sure.
I was just a little surprised by this. And give me a second.
While you load this up, I will say he's got a good landing spot. So, if the price is right, I'm not even opposed myself for as much as I'm not really a fan of his game. But if the landing spot is right, oh no, is this okay? I've never seen this, but I know that face.
So this is this is the fantasy GOAT, Matthew Berry. I know a lot of my fans hate him, but he's definitely inspiration to me.
Me as well, for sure.
I like Matthew Berry a lot. Regardless, he's not. Well, I guess he is kind of making a statement here. Watch this. So he interviewed 40 rookies. Okay, awesome stuff here. Watch the one with Quentin Johnston. By the way, I really like the Kendra Miller one too. But watch the Quentin Johnston one.
Okay.
This is great. What, did he misspell his name? Oh shoot, man.
Oh, he did. Wow.
He did. I'm not. I can't even. I just made a video, and people's gonna make fun of me. Just how it rolled off my tongue. I noticed at the very end of the lawn video, I was saying Johnson. The whole video. Yeah, I'm like, whatever. It's just how
I don't think people can tell. I don't think people can tell on an audio.
Oh no, everyone can tell every one of my flaws. That's what happens when you make YouTube videos. Trust me. And they write essays about it too. It's nuts. But I'm screaming, right? I'm giving you a million I'm screaming. I was so hyped on this video, and I'm still editing it, by the way, for the main channel. I was so hyped. I mean, it's like, what am I gonna do? I'm not perfect, and I'm not re-recording that. Like, I love what I said and everything, and whatever. It's just. Yeah. But this guy actually misspelled it anyway. Let me know if the audio is working.
On my show, we had Austin Eckler on last year, and we asked him. Eckler had a huge year, and he was big involved in the passing game. We literally said to him, like, dude. Like, Justin Herbert's got this cannon of an arm. Yeah. Why does he keep dumping off to you? Yeah. And he says, we just don't have a deep threat. We just don't have a guy that can take the lid off of the defense. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, Keenan and Mike are awesome, but like, we just don't. That's the problem, is teams are playing us back. Yeah. And I feel like that's one of the reasons they went out and got you.
Yes, sir, for sure. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely one of my strong suits is taking the top off, as well as some stuff mid range, a lot of in cutting routes and stuff like that. But I'm for sure a home run guy.
Yeah, how excited are you to play with Justin Herbert?
Yeah, very excited. Obviously, a great quarterback. I'm looking, forward to building a strong relationship and a strong connection with him, in the near future.
So on the second watch of this, I did notice, even though Quentin Johnston fully agreed that he's a deep threat, he did right away mention the short stuff. And so I went back and started watching some more Quentin Johnston, and I don't see a lot of deep stuff. He's a yak guy.
Exactly.
Oh, correct
That's what I
me
was
if
gonna
I'm
say.
like, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't know, dude. Maybe he is a better deep guy than Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, but like, I don't see that at all with Quentin Johnston.
How many clips do we have for QJ? We have 2.
I don't know. Let me bring it
Because I
up.
think one of them will show how miserable he is on a deep play.
Oh,
And I think the other
really?
one's going to show you his yards after catch ability.
What do you think about that? I mean, we're talking about the fantasy GOAT, Matthew Berry, we look up to, and Austin Eckler, who, by the way, he's basically the only player I've seen that has like, he keeps it so real. His fantasy analysis is actually good. Like, it's actually good. When he reveals something about his team, he actually doesn't lie. He actually just gives the blunt truth. And so Eckler, Matthew Berry, and I don't know, I'm not going to count Quentin Johnston because he's not going to be like, no, Matthew Berry. I mean, that's kind of, he's a rookie. He's not going to disagree with everybody. But
Right.
I mean, all these guys are like, yeah, that's me. I'm going to solve the problem with this team. Now, did more research. Herbert does have a cannon of an arm, amazing ball throw, especially deep. He's just great. He's an elite quarterback, and he hasn't thrown the ball deep a lot. And when he has, it's been to these other guys. I'm not sure. I don't think Josh Paul. He's had so many like guided. I forget these names, but he's had like these other guys who were kind of smaller, deep threats.
Yep, Palmer
and
Guyton. Yeah.
occasionally would throw it deeper to him. There's been other guys too on that team. And and he hasn't thrown that much. So I've seen the stats. He's like 28th in deep ball throws or something, whatever it is. So that's there. Okay, that's right. Those are facts. But is QJ the guy to solve that problem?
No, should have got Jalen Hyatt, dude. Come on.
Yeah, talk about glaring. I mean, there's a lot of glaring flaws with him, but
I mean, if that's what you're looking for, a deep ball threat, let's just go right into the tape. I mean, I can't wait any longer. This is just going to dispel what. I mean, I get what Matthew Berry is saying. He didn't need a deep threat, but this is what he can do on deep balls. He's going to go up there. He's going to use his size advantage and then just completely shrink at the catching point here. Point of contention. I mean, my goodness, can we get a catch radius going, my guy? Oh, geez. The more I look at this play, the more I want to lower him. Like, I
break
might
it
just lower
down
him
basically what's going on in this clip, also to the audio listeners.
Okay, so what's going on is he's running a deep route. He does everything well. He makes a nice move at the top of the route to get by the corner who's playing off-man coverage on the far side of the field. And then what happens is as the ball comes to him, it's a deep ball. The ball is in the air for over 50-plus yards here. What happens is, most guys, you want to see them jump up, kind of do that Odell Beckham thing where they're kind of extending their arms, maximizing their surface area to catch the football. And that's called using your size to your advantage. Quentin Johnston, bigger bodied receiver, right? The problem is that he kind of condenses himself and kind of curls up into a ball. It's not even like the Musgrave thing we were talking about the other day, where he's putting his hands up in front of his chest. At least he's squared up to the, shoulders are squared to the quarterback, Musgrave. This guy is simply just condensing and shrinking his catch radius, which, I mean, great, not to ball tracking, because, I mean, with a smaller catch radius, you really have to be superb at tracking the ball accurately as a receiver. But let's come on, let's use your size to your advantage. Let's start catching the football out here instead of up all next to your chest by your chin all the time, right? The same issue that Steve Smith Sr. I remember when he was breaking him down early on, he was saying, the one knock that I have with him is that he just goes up there and he doesn't go up there and get it. He just goes up there and kind of lets it come to him, and then the catch radius shrinks. And this is what he does on deep ball. So, I don't understand what Matthew Berry is saying by this guy, is a good deep ball threat. This is, however, the upside with him. You're going to see him get the ball in space, make a couple moves, bang, bang, yards after catch ability. Can't bring him down. First down. Walter from the top again. Bang, makes the guy miss. Makes another guy miss. Next play, makes one, makes two miss. There's another one there. Can't wrap him up, gets the first down. That's what I'm saying. This is what he brings to the table, this type of yards after catch. I'm so large of a player and such a physical, I'm not saying QJ is physically sensational, but he's still pretty physically gifted. So he's so hard to break down like that.
Yeah, he's an athletic dude. He's an athletic dude. He's got good size.
Yeah. That's basically it. I mean, that's basically what I see with him. I see him as a yak kind of monster. I don't really see him as a deep ball player. And, in order to be an X wide receiver, which is what he's supposed to be, you have to do it all, Couch. You got to do everything. You got to be good in the short game. You got to be good in intermediate and at the long ball. If you're only good short intermediate, you become limited as a complementary receiver. Once you become limited to that type of role, now I start prototyping you. He's not a Z because he's not a burner. Now he becomes a big slot. What's a big slot? Possession receiver. 3rd and 3, passing down, I'll give it to Quentin Johnston. Great for football, not so great for fantasy football. So that's basically where I'm at with Quentin Johnston.
I don't think the Chargers made a smart pick, taking him, 20th overall or something like that, 21st overall. So I'm not going to necessarily call it a dumb pick or a horrible pick because they may have a better reason, but this is kind of going back to teams being stupid, my rant earlier. And I think that what's happening right now is teams are a step behind. They're copycatting other teams. And right now, this is the trend. Give me a DK Metcalf. Don't let me be an idiot and make Lamar Jackson a wide receiver and pass up on him until he falls around 2. So, don't let the next Lamar Jackson fall through my grasp.
Right.
And go get a lot of athleticism and these athletic traits. And it's I don't know why you have to I get the Zay Flowers and I get the Addison, right? See, that to me, I'm nowhere near calling those teams dumb. I actually get that. This is you're trying to draft DK Metcalf. You already lost. You're already a step behind. Why are you trying to hop on this trend? He's not DK Metcalf. Matthew Berry, he's not DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf finished 10th in the Olympic trials. This guy is not finishing 10th against Olympian runners. He's not. No, he's not DK. It has nothing. The only thing that's DK is he's tall, he's good size, he's athletic. That's where it stops. DK is a burner. Yeah. He's a stupid, but he's one of the fastest wide receivers, period, ever. That's DK. That's not this guy. This guy is a big yak guy who body catches and doesn't attack. And at the point, I'm just urging you to go a different direction. Is all. Great landing spot, great quarterback. You know what? He might have a lot of success. And I heard that this is actually coachable. So this is what they're least they're saying. This is what the reports are saying. They're saying it's an eye, tracking the ball with your eyes situation for some reason. Though if he learns that, he can catch it with his hands. I don't know. That could just be propaganda. What do you think? You think this is coachable?
I have seen some of our players with this problem, and we've tried to coach it out of them. They haven't made a ton of progress. Then again, Quentin Johnston is a top 1% athlete, so I'm not going to hold it. I'm not going to say he can't ever do it. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult. It's like breaking out of a bad habit that. Think about this, right? He's been doing this bad habit all throughout his life, and he's been getting rewarded for it, right? So now all of a sudden you have to say hey, let's break out this bad habit that's gotten you here, and it's very tough, very tough. So we'll see. I agree. I'm optimistic. I think it'll be great if he can get coached out of it, because then all of a sudden I think he becomes closer to a Keenan Allen than a Mike Williams if he's able to, because again, yards after catch. I know Keenan Allen, he's really famous for the route running. I'm not saying QJ is a great route runner, but he's pretty decent, pretty all right. So if he can, get that body catching, that's actually a really good way to put it. Body catching, not attacking the point of the attack. If he can get that out of his system, I think he becomes good. But again, like you, I'm not taking the risk. I'll go a different direction.
Yeah, to me,
it's
a huge problem. It's a huge problem, and
yeah,
he's got to be coached that. He's got to learn that, and then we got to see Keenan Allen, and kind of disappear, and then okay, once it's QJ's turn in 3 years, and then like I just told you guys a long fairy tale right there. That's a lot of ifs. That's a lot
of stars aligning.
A lot of wasting. Yeah, and what I think is NFL teams trying to hop on a trend, and you reaching for a wide receiver just like you did last year drafting a quarterback. This wide receiver class has holes. You don't need to reach them. You don't need Quentin Johnston on your team.